What's up, Daily Fab Gamers? Thank you so much for watching my stream. Before you jump into this red-hot action, let's review the rules. Don't be a dick. This should go without saying, but better safe than sorry. Chat with me. You know that I can talk at my computer for hours, but it's more fun when my computer talks back. And let's have a good time. I'm here to get sweaty, but that doesn't mean we can't have fun while I do it. Use the chat command deck for a link to the deck I'm playing here. It's also in the video description. Some of these decks are sick, and you might want to play them in real life. In that case, let me refer you to Hemel from the Bazaar. It's never been more affordable to play in the flesh and blood. Players have been buying the cards they need from Hemel for years. I started buying from him in 2023 and have never found a better deal. The Bazaar's prices are lowest for singles and full sets, including new releases. Compendium of Wraith singles are available now and ship both domestically and internationally. Use the command Hemel for contact info, then message Hemel to see what he can do for you. Using the data command will produce a link to Fablazing.com, the best source for deck list, matchup, and tournament data. Do you have too much money? Give some of it to me. Custom channel tokens, as used by 2025 US National Champion and World's Philadelphia Top 8 competitor Majin Bay, are available on my Ko-Fi. And you can spam the coolest emojis in chat by becoming a member of the channel. Now sit back and get cozy because the stream begins now. Good morning, everyone. Oh, that's why those are so bad. That makes sense. Give me 1 minute. I know why nothing's working. Everything works better when the lights are on. Okay. Hello. Good morning. Ugh. It's Thursday, it's May 5th, exciting things happened. As you can all see, my wife came back. Morning, Caldwell. Morning, Agent Kazuhira. It was very white of me, I apologize. We got spoilers, and in the spoilers, AURORA. This one, the new one. It's basically the old one, except harder to do as far as we know, but I think that's because we've seen like 2 cards from the new set. I'm gonna tell them AURORA is an elemental. No. So what we're doing today, this is, I already changed the hero, which I shouldn't have done. I didn't realize that I couldn't change it back. This is the last AURORA list that I ever played. This was what I was playing during the Pro season when she LL'd. We're mostly just going to be looking at spoilers today, but I am going to go through and like give sort of the brief overview of what AURORA used to do, and then we'll go and update the list as much as I can. Again, we've seen like 2 spoilers so far, so there's very little that we can do as far as making a playable deck, but I can tell you sort of what I've been thinking. See, I got all the maybe cards down here. I can tell you what I've been thinking about the deck, what I'm looking forward to seeing, what I think she needs to be successful in a couple different avenues. I think unlike previous AURORA, this one is going to be a little more variable. She's going to have more build options. I think past AURORA really had one way to build the deck that would be successful, and you could waffle on how many blues you're playing, but my final list was playing 3 blues in the 80. You really can't see this, but it was playing 3 blues in the 80. No, 6 blues in the 80. Other lists were playing 9 blues in the 80. I think some were playing 12 maybe. But for the most part, you were a red line deck, and sometimes you pitched, but you really didn't want to. And I really didn't want to pitch. I hated pitching in AURORA, and I think this one's going to have to. But I also think you can build her in a way where she doesn't have to pitch, and we're going to see what that looks like.
hit out like a bandit buying my last gold foil COV on Monday. I don't even know what they're going for right now. I paid $130 for each of mine, and it was like a terrible deal. It was Portland 2024 calling weekend, and I bought them all on Friday for $130, which was a good deal on Friday. And by Sunday, I could have bought them all for $80. And I felt really stupid. I might have paid $110 for each one and then could have bought them for $80. So I'm really hoping they stay high. So I wish that I had old Aurora to show you so we could really go into like the history of the deck. But where Aurora ended up was really 0 for 4, the deck. This 80 was playing 8 defense reactions, 3 sigil, 2 sync, 3 shelter. At the time that Aurora was on her way out, Slippy and Marionette and Syndra were all kind of popular. Aurora was the de facto best aggro deck. So you really weren't bringing Syndra, Marionette, Slippy very much. Slippy did have bonds, but there was really no reason to play Slippy when Aurora existed. Syndra was doing her Flick Mask shenanigans, but that was very quickly priced out by Aurora, who just blocked so much better. Aurora had a fridge. Aurora could do the same amount of damage. Aurora didn't need to hit 3 times in a row to trigger Mask Momentum when she could hit once and trigger Chain of Lightning Valley. So you were just doing Aurora, but you would bring shelters to combat the Syndras, Marionettes, Araknis that you might run into. The big thing that Aurora was doing, besides 0 for 4 deck, was Flicker Wisp, which is no longer legal. Flicker Wisp card isn't legal. I know. Noah, they made our hero... I don't know. You never played Aurora, did you? You were Enigma when Aurora was still around, so you're not familiar with playing Flicker Wisp. You're familiar with the other side. The new Aurora can't play Flicker Wisp, which is good. They either needed to ban it or make it so Aurora can't play it, because this is why she left so soon. You would do 0 for 4 deck into the aggro mirrors, and you would do Flicker Wisp combo into the non-aggro everything else, because this just said I'm going to do 10 to 16 arcane damage on my turn, as well as physical damage, and you have to deal with all of it. And that was very annoying. It's what made people hate Aurora, and it's what got her out. You played this hero on a top 8 of a calling. Did you really? I don't know these things. This is what made Aurora LL so quickly. She was a very strong hero. She's going to be a very strong hero because she can mostly play the same deck, except this time she has another set of lightning cards, and NIMBY exists now, where it didn't before. But she will have bad matchups to work through, like Fatigue, and that's something that old Aurora didn't have to deal with because she could just set up the Flicker Wisp combo. It's also why you were playing Crown of Dominion and Aether Ironweave. Crown of Dominion would start you with a gold. On your combo turn, you would play Flicker Wisp, fuse it, play Arc Lightning, play your attack, get in for 4, go again, 2 Arcane, break Chain, break Aether Ironweave to make 2 resources and shoot your opponent for 2. Use the 2 resources to break your gold, draw a card, shoot your opponent for 2, and then keep going with the rest of your turn, all the while shooting your opponent for 2. So this is how she could do this big damage that would get, 10 to 16 arcane through whatever the Fatigue deck could block, because not only did they have to block your physical damage, they also had to deal with the arcane. And it meant that you really couldn't present Aurora with a bad matchup. You had to do so much to stop Aurora from killing you on one of the 2 axes. She was doing like the most Runeblade things possible, and it's why she LL'd in 6 months. Like, she always had the Flicker Wisp combo, and then we got Skyward Serenade. And I was talking about this with a friend recently. They released the Aurora Armory deck. LSS comes out and says, after Aurora LLs, oh hey, this card was misprinted. It wasn't supposed to have Go Again base. Go Again was supposed to be one of the options that you can choose. I'm still not 100% they were telling the truth about that, because if this card doesn't have base Go Again, it is absolute dog water. Like, this card sucks if it doesn't have Go Again built into it. But what Serenade and Skizik did were say, here is already one of the best decks in the format, now it's better. Serenade does 1 more arc lightning damage on your non-combo turns, 2 more arcane damage on your combo turns with Flicker Wisp. It would find your Skizzik, but it could also give Go Again and +1 to a Snatch if you didn't have any Skizziks in your deck. Or it could give Go Again, find a Skizzik, and then send E-Strike for 5, Go Again, draw a card, and you have Skizzik as a Chain Ender. Like, Aurora had so many ways to pilot her turns in sequence to maximize the Go Again that you're getting from all of her different effects. She was very hard to deal with. She's going to be very hard to deal with, but as chat has been saying, as LSS has confirmed, is intentional and is not being errated or hotfixed at any point. All of the new heroes are lightning. They are not elemental. So previous Aurora was an elemental Runeblade with the Essence of Lightning that let her play lightning cards, which is how we got things like Arcanic Shockwave, Flicker Wisp is the big one, and Entwined Lightning is probably the most... you would never not play Entwined Lightning. Like, Arcanic Shockwave and Static Shock and Photon Rush kind of came and went in various decks. Flicker Wisp was in all the time, but you wouldn't play it in every matchup. Entwined Lightning was always in the deck, so this is probably the most ubiquitous loss that we get from her not being elemental. She is lightning, so we do get to play all of the lightning cards, which, you know, might present a problem, as I think Ziggy is really going to abuse cards like Channel Lightning Valley. But for the purposes of this exercise, where we are starting to cut all of the unplayable cards from Aurora and maybe speculate on what we could be getting in the future, what I want to see her get in the future, we're going to assume that everything will still be legal when Omens of the Third Age releases. Morning, Nico. We are so back. My wife came back. So let's get to editing. I've already replaced old Aurora with new Aurora, who has more or less the same text. At instant speed, 2 resources, tap the hero, that's new, templating that didn't exist before. Destroy a lightning flow you control, create an embodiment of lightning token. This is mostly the same. Old Aurora also took 2 resources to make an embodiment of lightning token. The condition was you had to have played a lightning card in the turn. Based on how this deck was built, as you can see with our 3 blues in the 60 and our 6 blues in the 80, we never really did that. The deck didn't need to. We had enough Go Again between all of our instants, Entwined Lightning, Ravenous Rabble, Lightning Surge from Arsenal, Second Strike, Scar for a Scar. All of our lightning effects that would trigger our weapon Starfall, we could then pitch to the Starfall, would make it so that we didn't need to activate Aurora. We could just convert a 4-card 14 most of the time. The reason we were playing the defense reactions, the reason I have 8 in what is an aggressive deck, is that the defense reactions were all ways to get 4 value from 1 card without using your action point. And that's what this deck did. It was a value pile of 0 for 4s. So Sigil of Suffering is a 0, well, really a 0 for 5 if your opponent doesn't have the Arcane Barrier or the Spell Void to stop it. Sink Below is a 0 for 4 with hand fixing. Shelter from the Storm is a 0 for 4 with an additional effect. Sigil of Suffering plus Channel Lightning Valley was everyone's least favorite combo in the game, where you would play Channel Lightning Valley or have it out on the board. You would Sigil of Suffering, your opponent can't stop the Arcane, so they take 1, you block 4, you draw a card with Channel Lightning Valley to replace the Sigil of Suffering you just played, and then the Channel Lightning is still active on your next turn. Everyone hated it. Arcanic Shockwave was a 0 for 5, Burn Up is a 0 for 5, Electromagnetic Somersault was either a 0 for 4 on offense or a 0 for 6 on defense, because you could block with 2/3 blocks, then return them both to your hand after playing the Somersault. Electrostatic Discharge was probably one of the worst cards in the deck, which is saying a lot because it's a really good card. It was a 0 for 3, but it would combo with your Snatch, To make it even harder to block, it would combo with your Flittering Charge to give it Go Again, make it the 0 for 4 that doesn't use your action point. You could also use it with my favorite card to play in the deck, Exude Confidence. Play Electrostatic Discharge, play Exude Confidence. It is now a 0 for 7. Your opponent probably can't play defense reactions on this turn. And if you can give the Exude Go Again, then you can start to hit with your other effects too. The deck was very fucked up in a lot of ways. But new Aurora can't play elemental cards, so we can just start to cut all of these. My list is not super impacted. I am playing 8 elemental cards in the 80. I know other decks were playing more. I talked to Ellie Bird. Her list was playing 15 because she was also on, I already removed them, Static Shock and Photon Rush. We also, Rip to a Real One. Can't play Starfall anymore. We don't know what new Aurora's weapon is, but we know it isn't Starfall. In the lore, she traded Starfall to bring Acilio back to life, and I'm sad that I wasn't consulted on that trade because I would have advised her not to make it. I would much rather have Starfall than Acilio in the game, so, not everyone has the best judgment, so we remove that. And look, now our deck is legal to play. It sucks because it doesn't have a weapon, and we're missing 8 other cards, but it's a legal deck to play. So bump the numbers up just so that this makes sense. I want to kind of start with all of the existing cards before we get into the new stuff. So this is a 75 card deck. We're missing a weapon and 4 other cards. But in theory, this is still a very playable deck. We're missing some of the good stuff. We don't have Entwined Lightning anymore, and this deck is very fatigable because we don't have Flicker Wisp. But for the most part, this is a functional deck, right? 0 for 5 Go Again, 0 for 4 or 0 for 6 that doesn't use an action point, 0 for 3 that turns on Flittering Charge, buffs all of the attacks in our deck. E-Strike is 0 for 5 Go Again, potentially. It's always 0 for 5 Go Again, but sometimes we can make it 0 for 5 Go Again, draw a card. Exude Confidence, need Snapdragons, or Arc Lightning, or something Current Funnel to work. Flittering Charge, 0 for 4 can have Go Again. Gone in a Flash needs some support, but combos really well with Electrostatic Discharge, Channel Lightning Valley. Press is 0 for 3, doesn't use an action point. Surge is 0 for 4 out of Arsenal. Rabble is 0 for 4 Go Again. Scar is probably 0 for 4 Go Again. Second Strike can be 0 for 4 Go. You see what I'm saying? This is a functional deck of cards. It will do the thing that we want it to do. It does it less good than it would have with Entwined Lightning and Starfall to fix our clunky hands where we don't have enough Go Again, but this is a functional deck of cards. And then we add all the new stuff. So as far as the equipment, there is nothing that I've seen come out that makes me think, yeah, that's going to be better than anything we were playing before. Morning, sir. Snapdragon Scalers is just the de facto leg piece for Aurora. You can do cute things with Lightning Greaves, and Greaves is in the 80. We'll probably need Greaves for beating fatigue so that we can set up a Gone in a Flash combo where we can do, Gone in a Flash 5 times in a turn, do our best Acilio impersonation. But for the most part, Snapdragons just fixes our bad turns. The best lines to use it with would be Exude Confidence if we don't have the embodiment of Lightning, but we need to get the turn started, or Enlightened Strike where we want to send 0 for 5, draw a card, but we also need to give it Go Again. Yeah, Mosered, this is not deck building. We've seen like 2 cards, but my wife came back, and I want to talk about my wife. Grasp of the Arknight is a 3-block piece of armor. That's really all that we used it for, outside of turn 1, where you would go first, pitch 2 reds to make a rune chant, and then pass the turn. Grasp did combo with your Arc Lightning. You play Arc Lightning, you pitch a blue to Grasp with the Arc Knight. Grasp has go against you, deal 1 point of damage. You've turned on Starfall by playing a Lightning card, so now you send the Starfall. The Rune Chant does 1, Starfall does 2, go again on Starfall does 1. So it was a way to turn a blue into a 1-card 5 with Arc Lightning. But Grasp wasn't really... I mean, that was it, right? Outside of that, it blocked 3. It's the wrong hero. No, Aurora's cool. Spring Tunic is just the best thing to be doing with Aurora. A lot of us started with Dyadic Carapace, and Carapace might still be in the 80 without Kano in the format, and maybe without Verdance in the format. We'll see how ProQuest and PT go. It's possible that Verdance isn't legal anymore, and so without a big arcane wizard, we might not play Carapace anymore. We do have Ziggy, who's going to be shooting us for 2, so that's entirely possible. But even in your race matchups, you were probably playing Tunic so that you could Starfall on a Burn-Up or a Channel Lightning turn. Without knowing what the new weapon is, we have no idea if one resource is still going to get us there. And then Crown of Providence, I always thought was her best headpiece. A lot of other Auroras were on Face Purgatory, and I didn't like that because all of our non-attack actions are the best cards in our deck. Why do I want to block with Burn Up Shock, Arc Lightning, Skyward Serenade, or Flicker Wisp? Or why would I want to have to play Written in the Stars to turn on Face Purgatory when I could instead just block 2, dodge Arsenal Disruption, or fix a bad hand? I think the rest of the cards here are still fine. We're probably going to end up cutting some of these because... What's it like for your wife to come home? I'm still looking for mine. They've gone for 2 to 3 years. I wanted ice. I didn't want ice. I was ready to accept ice back into our lives. I was ready for omens to be Icelander, Aurora, Orion as the Lightning Ranger, and then whatever is the Ice Ranger. I was ready for it to come back. Let it be known. I was on your side. But that's not why we're all here. We're all here to talk about the new cards, which just make this bigger. So this is kind of like a spoiler discussion. I don't know, a lot of these cards we've seen already. Some of these are not new, right? Zap Clappers has existed for a long time. I think this probably goes back into the deck. As long as Channel Lightning Valley is still legal, there's a chance that Channel Lightning gets banned because Ziggy is going to abuse the hell out of it. And if CLV isn't in the deck, then we probably don't care about Zap Clappers, but like how Sigil of Suffering was a way to defensively draw a card off CLV, so is Zap Clappers. I'll just go down the list. Astral Strike, colloquially Ass Strike, is the new E-Strike variant that we get in Omens of the Third Age. If you can do the thing, Ass Strike is better than E-Strike because... Does new Sigil have a place? We'll get there, Jim. But yes, I think it does. Depends on how many blues you need to play, but yes. So Ass Strike, if you can do the thing, and I think LSS really wants us to do the thing this time of actually playing with Aurora's ability, is better than E-Strike. E-Strike on its own is 2 card 0 for 5 draw a card, or 2 card 0 for 5 go again. You need a 3rd card to give it go again in some way. Either that's a blue to give it make an embodiment of lightning, or Snapdragon Scalers to give it go again, or Arc Lightning to give it go again. Ass Strike just has base draw card if we do the thing with Aurora, and it will have go again from Embodiment of Lightning from Aurora. So we just get to 2 card, 5 go again draw card, which is ideal. But it does mean we have to engage with the Aurora minigame, and even if we are building to do the thing with Aurora's minigame, we still need to destroy a lightning flow. Like, even if we have a lightning flow, we need a way to get it off the board, which means we either need a blue or we need something else that destroys lightning flow. Lightning flow is an aura there are cards we can play that let us destroy our own lightning flows, and there are cards we can play that destroy other heroes' lightning flows. Because Astral Strike doesn't say destroy your lightning flow, it says destroy a lightning flow. Do I think Deadwood Dirge is a good card for Aurora? I don't. I think Deadwood Dirge is too cute, and I think that if we are building Aurora in the way that LSS really wants us to, we're gonna be destroying our own lightning flows. We don't need Deadwood Dirge, but as I am thinking about what kind of cards I want to see for Aurora and what effects I'm on the lookout for, I am on the lookout for cards that let me destroy my own lightning flows for other effects besides activating Aurora, because I am also expecting other cards to have this. When this attacks, if you've destroyed a lightning flow this turn, something happens. The hell is that? I'll be right back. It was the blender. I don't know if y'all could hear that. I closed the door. Bun is going to feel very left out. So I'm expecting other cards to have the Astral Strike text to destroy a lightning flow, do a thing. Which means that I am on the lookout for cards that let me destroy lightning flows without using Aurora's ability. We probably want the blues to do Aurora's ability, but in case we don't, in case there is a red line build for new Aurora that works really well, I want to be able to meet the Astral Strike cost. As Lipiaco says, Astral Strike is tunicable. So say that we have a hand that is tunic up, lightning flow on the board. Our hand is like 3 Rabbles and an Astral Strike. What I'd really like to do with that hand is send 4 go again, 4 go again, 4 go again, tunic Astral Strike, go again, tunic Astral Strike, draw a card for my arsenal. But that means we need to have destroyed a lightning flow somehow. So let's say we add a 5th card. Deadwood Dirge is an arsenal. We have a lightning flow. We dirge, make 3 rune chants, rabble, 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 tunic, Astral Strike. Now we do get to draw a card, and we would have sent a 5 card, what is that? 5 card 20, draw a card off of the tunic, and we didn't need a blue. I want to keep an eye out for being able to make that sort of play. I think Astral Strike is a really good card. I want to be able to play it in Aurora, and I want to look for ways to not need a blue to make it do the thing. Astroval Elemental is not a new card. It came out in Compendium. This was not on my radar as being something for Aurora because I was looking at old Aurora, right? Old Aurora would not have cared about Astroval Elemental. It's a 0 for 3, not a 0 for 4. We generally want our instants, and generally we are not playing very many of them. I believe this deck is only playing 15 instants. So there's not like a great chance that we're gonna have one with the Astrovault when it lines up. The Astrovault also doesn't have base go again. So we're having to send like rabble, 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 Astrovault, discard a card, draw something, make an embodiment. And that's kind of not super what we would have wanted to do. We want the Astrovault to attack for 4, or have base go again, or not have to discard an instant. But there are 2 things in New Aurora that make me think that this could be good. One is it will be harder for New Aurora to have go again. We don't have Entwine Lightning. It's harder for us to activate the ability because we need to engage with the lightning flow game. So Astrovault might be better. We might just need more ways to make embodiments of lightning to give things go again. Additionally, if we are engaging with the Aurora minigame, it means we need blues. And as Jim brought up, more blues mean that we get to play things like Sigil of Voltaris. I think this card is not good in old Aurora because I don't want to play blues in my aggro deck, but if we need to play blues in our aggro deck now, Sigil of Voltaris is one of the good ones. It's 0 cost, it's an aura so it doesn't block, but it deals 1 arcane on entrance and on leave. which works very well with Channel Lightning Valley. It works very well with Second Strike. It works very well... That might be the only two things that it works really well with. It is an extra way to just kill someone at the end of the game, right? If we're pitching Sigil early, then we will draw it late. If the game goes long enough, we just put our opponent into a position where they can never safely go to 0 cards in hand while they're on 1 or 2 life. Because if they can't pitch through the Arcane Barrier, we might just go Sigil, kill you. Faster Vault was better to be broken. Current is silly also. Hi, hey, Sarah. Are the new heroes in Talitar already? Honestly, they might be. Rose, I am so happy right now. My wife came back. I'm super happy about new Aurora. So we're just talking, like doing a brief spoiler review and talking about how some cards might play in new Aurora that didn't play in old Aurora, and like what I'm on the lookout for. So already I'm on the lookout for ways to destroy Lightning Flow without needing to activate Aurora's ability. I don't think we have it in spoilers. We don't. But LSS spoiled a card. I want to say it's called like Star Shard. It's 1-cost instant. Speaking about how am I destroying Lightning Flow without activating Aurora, I think it's a 1-cost instant. You can pay an alternate cost of destroying a Lightning Flow to make it cost 0, and then it's Lightning Press, but on any attack, any lightning attack. So that would be another way to destroy a Lightning Flow without activating Aurora. You get to like Tunic, Astral Strike, respond to the attack trigger, play Star Shard, destroy a Lightning Flow, give Astral Strike +3. Astral Strike now sees that you've destroyed a Lightning Flow this turn, and you get to draw a card. So you get to do a 2-card 8, draw a card at the end of your turn. So speaking about blues that I might want to play, and instants that I might want to play that work well with Astrovolt Elemental, Sigil of Voltaris, Sigil of Lightning is something that we could think about. Again, we're looking for ways to make embodiments of lightning, maybe without having to engage with the Aurora minigame, or if we need Go Again, but we don't have a Lightning Flow. People are playing Aurora decks, or are they just playing Reaping Blade? Or LL in part because of a large crowd of people playing her. I would like to think because they liked her. I loved Aurora. I know a lot of people loved Aurora. She was a very polarizing hero because she wasn't fun to play against, but she was very fun to play as. She had that Mist Veil effect, where the people who liked playing Aurora loved playing Aurora. Ellie Bird will go on about how fun Aurora was and why, and I think she has a lot of really good points. As far as other playable blues, since we're down here, Heaven's Claws was just something that Auroras were already experimenting with. Morning, Steven. Mostly because we didn't have Written in the Stars yet. Heaven's Claws was just a lightning block 3, which there are not a lot of. You've got Heaven's Claws, Current Funnel, Written in the Stars, and now Voltbound Duality. But you just wanted lightning blue. If you were going to pitch, you wanted them to be lightning cards so that your Channel Lightning Valley would stick around, and Heaven's Claws was one of them. I don't think we're going to end up playing it because now, if we want Lightning 3 blocks, we have Voltbound Duality. Do I think this card is good? In blue, yes. Do I think the other ones are good? No. But the reason they're here is, for now, the duality cycle between all 3 heroes is one of the 2 ways we know that we will make Lightning Flow tokens. And so I have my eye out for ways to make Lightning Flow tokens if we're trying to engage with the Aurora minigame. It's a 0 for 4, Lightning 3 block, it's Lightning Wounding Blow. We already like that. We play Gone in a Flash. The Gone in a Flash text is, better than Duality, but Duality, 1 is an instant speed shock, which is very good with Channel Lightning Valley or to close out a game, in the same way that we're pitching Sigil of Voltaris. early to find it late to kill people when they go to 0 cards. We do the Kayo thing of saying, oh, you can't pay for Arcane Barrier? Cool, you're dead now. Voltbound Duality will get pitched early. We can find it late, but we can also pitch to Duality early to do the thing. We deal a point of Arcane, which is potentially good. What's more important is we create the Lightning Flow token, which we don't really have ways to do yet. So this is also on my radar. Things to look out for. How do I make Lightning Flow? We have 2 ways. We have Duality, and as we'll get into, we have the on-hit effects. This, I think, will probably make the deck no matter what. Lightning 3 block, blue, has relevant text, but I'm not excited about doing this. If this is how I'm making Lightning Flow, then I'm really interested in not engaging with the Aurora minigame. For Duality, you either need your Tunic or you need a blue in order to do it well. You pitch a blue, you discard Duality, you shoot your opponent, you create a Lightning Flow, you use the 2 resources remaining to activate Aurora at instant speed, you destroy your Lightning Flow, you make an embodiment of lightning. For 2 cards, you've basically gotten 2 points of value. The 1 arcane damage you did and the embodiment of lightning that you made, I count go again as 1 point of value. The other problem with that I'm just realizing is you're doing all of this. Sure, you could do it on your turn too, but if you did it on your opponent's turn, if you wanted to catch them without resources to pitch to the Arcane Barrier, or you had a Channel Lightning Valley out and you wanted to get the extra card draw, then you do this on your opponent's turn, and suddenly Astral Strike doesn't work anymore because it didn't see you destroy a Lightning Flow. You didn't do it on the current turn. So, also can all agree Ziggy is the best and I'm excited to play them. Ziggy does seem like they are going to be the most broken of the 3. I don't believe the new Aurora is complete without the elemental pool if you're not making flow tokens. I mean, there's a lot we don't know about new Aurora. I'm mostly just hyped about new Aurora, but like, I don't think you can build a good Aurora deck now. There's too much we don't know. Not even like, oh, we play Reaping Blade because it's a Runeblade weapon that's legal in the format. I think it's really like we just don't know how to engage with what she's doing. So we're playing Duality because it's a good Lightning 3 block. I don't like the effect. I don't like having to do it, having to engage with Lightning Flow in that way. But if we're putting blues in our deck, this is one of the good ones. This is why I'm saying we won't play the red and the yellow. We will need a... what am I trying to say? Not baseline. We will need a critical mass of this, of make a Lightning Flow. Duality, I think, is a bad way to do it. The most exciting way we have to do it are the on-hits. So we've seen Flowing Storm Strike, the 0 for 4. We've got Meteoric Rise, the 1 for 5, and Voltic Impact, the 2 for 6. All of which have the text of twice per turn instant, pay a resource, this gets +1, and when this hits, create a Lightning Flow token. I think they are all good for different reasons. Flowing Storm Strike, to me, is the most playable. And it will go in every Aurora deck, at least based on the cards we've seen and what Aurora wanted to do previously. It's a 0 for 4, great. It's a lightning action, even better. It has an on-hit, perfect. You also get to convert blues. So what Flowing Storm Strike does is say, here's a 0 for 4, great, block it. Oh, you blocked 3+ armor, or you blocked 2 pieces of 2 block armor, or you sync below it, cool. As an instant, I'm gonna pitch a blue, give it +1. Now it attacks for 5, gets over the sync below, hits for 1, makes a Lightning Flow, and I get to use the remaining 2 resources to activate Aurora. We don't know yet what we're gonna use the 3rd resource for if we end up playing Storm Strike and then pitching to it twice, right? If I put a blue into doing this to make it 6, I don't know what I'm using my remaining resource for. We're hoping that it's some sort of, it's her weapon. Really, if Storm Strike has Go Again already, we already had an Embodiment of Lightning, then we get to do Storm Strike, Pitch twice, 2 for 6 Go Again, Reaping Blade, and now we're on a 2-card 9, make a Lightning Flow if this had Go Again, and that's sick. But I really don't want to play Reaping Blade in Aurora. I want to play whatever new Starfall is, so hopefully that's what we use the resource for. Meteoric Rise, I think, is playable for the same reason, where it's a 1 for 5, so with Flowing Storm Strike, where Storm Strike plus blue meant we hit for 5 and made an embodiment, Meteoric Rise is a 1 for 5 that it hits and we make an embodiment. But the other thing we get to do with Meteoric Rise is make it a 2 for 7, or 2 card 7. Pitch your blue, Meteoric Rise. If your opponent blocks 6, you can make this 7, 6, 7. Or if you, I don't know, have an Astral Strike in your arsenal, Rise doesn't have Go Again, so you don't want to make the embodiment on the current turn, you want to save the Lightning Flow for the next turn, then you just put the extra 2 resources into Rise, hit for 7, make your Lightning Flow, and come back next turn to activate Aurora. But Meteoric Rise is only good if we're playing blues. If the way that Aurora ends up working is that we want to do a mostly redline build and play 3 blues in the 60 at any given time, then Rise is not good. Voltic Impact, I think, is the worst of the 3. It's a 2 for 6. Yes, you can make it a 2 card 7, but at base, you cannot pitch a blue, play Voltic Impact, hit, make a Lightning Flow, and activate Aurora in the same turn. Voltic Impact also doesn't work with Snapdragon Scalers because it's a 2 cost. What Voltic Impact does is be a Lightning Popper, which is the first Lightning Popper. There are no Lightning Poppers currently. Every other Lightning attack, up until Voltic Impact, has a max power of 5. You get to do the trick with Lightning Press, where you can turn a 3 power attack, a 4 or a 5, into a Popper, but Voltic Impact is the first card that on its base says Trigger Phantasm. Is that good enough to play it? I don't think so, because if we're playing blues in our deck, I'm playing Command and Conquer. Like, I would rather play good 2-cost attacks, especially if I can give them Go Again. CNC already saw play in old Aurora because it was a popper for Phantasmaclasm, and in the Enigma matchup, we were playing more blues anyway, so it was possible to pay for CNC. But if I'm playing blues, I'm playing CNC. I'm not playing this dumb idiot. Voltic Impact with 2 blues and a pummel is 4 card 12. You're so right. Pummel Aurora could be the future, you know? Playing Voltic Impact, playing CNC, we could play a race phase, we could give all of this Go Again, like that, you know? Sure. But Flowing Storm Strike is what I want to see more of. I want to see things that make Lightning Flow while doing what Aurora already wants to be doing, which is attacking. Voltbound Duality makes Lightning Flow by pitching and discarding. And I don't want to do that in my redline aggro hero. I want to be making Lightning Flow by attacking or pumping or triggering on hits. So more of this, less of this, maybe more of this, probably not any more of this. The coolest thing that Aurora can do, and this is not specific to her being a lightning hero with text, it is that NIMBY didn't exist when Aurora 1 was legal. NIMBY is by far the best thing that Aurora can be doing with Embodiment of Lightning, because NIMBY lets you search for blue Nimbalism. Aurora came back, she brought Belittle with her. You end your turn with an Embodiment of Lightning and start your next turn, or you pitch at the start of your turn to break your Lightning Flow, make an embodiment, play NIMBY. NIMBY has no additional cost. There is no deck building condition to NIMBY. Belittle would have said, have a 3-power attack, so then we need another Belittle, or we need Skizzic, or we need Second Strike. NIMBY just does the thing, and it does it for 0 cost, which is incredible. So you bank your Embodiment of Lightning, or you use your Snapdragons, you play NIMBY, you find blue Nimblism, and now you have the blue that you need for your turn. NIMBY doesn't make it to Omen. I think there's a chance that some cards get banned before Omens. Personally, I'm hoping for yellow and blue Electromagnetic Somersault. I still want to play the red one because I love it. I don't think that we're going to see LSS ban like 30 cards ahead of Omens. I think we're just going to have some very broken heroes, but slightly less consistent. So NIMBY tutors blue Nimblism. Now you have the blue for your turn. When Fi had Belittle, this is what let Fi play Engulfing Flame Wave, CNC, more Belittles, play through Blizzard. Like, that's why they banned Belittle in Fi, because it let you do broken shit. And Aurora is going to do it better than Fi did because NIMBY is free. And she has other outlets for the resources already. Like, I just talked about how Flowing Stormstrike gets better when you can put blues into it. And we're going to be able to find the blues from our deck. Or how I really don't want to be playing blues in my red line aggro deck. NIMBY is a blue. Red NIMBY is a blue because it finds blue Nimblism. So if I'm looking at my deck like, I need 12 blues for my cost curve, actually I need 9 blues and NIMBY. NIMBY is the absolute best thing that Aurora can be doing. We have ways to turn it on, right? We have Snapdragon Scalers, Aurora Text to make an Embodiment of Lightning. Those are ways you could turn on NIMBY. We have Skyward Serenade as a way to make Embodiment of Lightning, find Skizzic, play NIMBY, eat the Embodiment of Lightning, grab your Nimblism, pitch to Aurora, break a Lightning Flow, make Embodiment of Lightning, then play Skizzic. That's something that we can do. Or we just play the NIMBY, find our blue, send more Go Again, and then end the turn with Skizzic for 3. Arc Lightning is going to be the best way for us to turn on NIMBY because we just play Arc Lightning, play the NIMBY, which now gets Go Again from the Arc Lightning, find our Nimblism, and then we can start pitching. Current Funnel? Really, yeah, like, Current Funnel is a way to turn on NIMBY. It isn't always the best way, but Current Funnel is now better in New Aurora because it wasn't great in Old Aurora. We played it. It was a blue 3 block that had text. It would make your Arc Lightning combos bigger. But Current Funnel just said Aurora Starfall. There was no reason to play Current Funnel compared to pitching to Starfall for 2 Go Again, activating Aurora for the 2 resources to make the Embodiment of Lightning, to give your next attack action card Go Again. I mean, Current Funnel had some text that, like, written in the stars, but in New Aurora, it will be better because her ability is harder to use. So you could do, I don't know, Skyward Serenade, find Skizzic, attack with Skizzic for 4 Go Again, follow up with Current Funnel, which gets Go Again. No, it doesn't. Play Skyward Serenade, Embodiment Skizzic, Current Funnel for Go Again. Play NIMBY, which now gets Go Again. Find your blue. Like, there are a lot of ways to turn on NIMBY, and you will get rewarded for playing NIMBY. The biggest question with NIMBY is how many blue Nimblisms are you playing? Is it 1 or 2? I can tell you that playing Belittle Fi, I landed on 2 blue Minnowisms because nothing felt worse than drawing Belittle and Minnowism in the same hand and not really having anything to do with those. So I would say play 2 blue Nimblisms. What else haven't I talked about? Vaporized Shock, I think, is going to be very good in New Aurora. It depends on how the meta settles, really. Because if, for whatever reason, Aurora Aurora, Syndra, Fang, Ziggy, either Acilio end up being bad, underrepresented, Vaporize Shock will not be good. It seems unlikely, but I think there are a lot of ways in which Vaporize Shock is going to be very good. It depends a lot on how the meta shakes out, right? But Vaporize, just being able to snipe a zero-cost aura permanent without dealing arcane damage at all is sick. But if your opponent can't pay for the AB, then you're going to get to shock them, you're going to get to destroy lightning flow, you may also get to destroy embodiments of lightning. Depending on what aura Ziggy is playing, some of them will have ward, so you're just like shocking them. But even in that case, right, if you can shock a ward aura and then destroy another zero-cost aura with a Vaporize text, you're super up. You've destroyed 2 auras with 1 card, and any extra damage that you deal is just upside. Vaporize Shock also works with your dualities. If you're dealing arcane damage, it works with your Sigil of Voltaris. It works with... Is arcane damage? I mean, if we end up playing Deadwood Dirge to have alternate ways to destroy lightning flow, it would work with Deadwood Dirge. It works with Zap Clappers. It works with Arc Lightning. It works with Sigil of Suffering. It works with Burn Up Shock. I think there are going to be a lot of reasons to play Vaporize Shock where there weren't before. Vaporize Shock in previous metas was very fringe. Like, you might play it if you had local Vynnset because it was good against her. It dealt splash damage against Fang, but Aurora had a good Fang matchup, so you just didn't really need to do this. It was good against other Auroras, kind of. I think it's going to be really good going into Omens. Finally, Warmonger's Diplomacy, not a new card. Kind of fringe Aurora tech, but it was something you could play. She's the instant Runeblade, not the non-attack Runeblade. So you did have upside to playing Warmongers and then drawing like Rabble, 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 Snatch. But it is a card that can hurt Aurora too. We have Serenade, we have Arc Lightning, we have Burn Up. If we have anything new from Omens of the Third Age that we want to play, any non-attack actions that we want to be playing, then Warmongers gets worse. If we end up on Face Purgatory, Warmongers is a non-attack action, but whatever. Fang will just play the new helmet, so you can't destroy his fealty. I mean, if Fang's playing the new helmet and not like Kabuto or Crown of Providence, I think that's a win for me too. And then Fang has to respect that I'm playing Vaporize, because that's a huge blowout for him if he puts me on not playing Vaporize and then I do play Vaporize. I also don't think that Fang is going to be a problem with Aurora because historically he was not. So I think that's it as far as new spoilers that Aurora can play. This is all Ziggy shit. Duality we talked about. We talked about Ass Strike and the on-hit flow. And then Storm Surge or whatever that one is that isn't on the spoiler page yet. Very excited for new Aurora. My wife came back. She's still going to get to do the broken shit. We'll see what they ban. I know I'm reading chat and like, I hope they ban E-Strike. I hope they ban Nimby. I hope they ban Somersault. I hope they ban Channel Lightning Valley. There are a lot of cards that probably need to be addressed in some way. It's kind of nice for Aurora players that we aren't the problem this time. It's going to be Ziggy is the problem. Like, Topat King, what do you think of Ziggy being able to Somersault Phantasmaclasms to double up on those in one turn? I think it's fucked up. That on a 4-card hand, Ziggy's going to be, with an embodiment, Ziggy will be able to send Phantasmaclasm for 18. 4-card 18 with the Phantasma text twice. Like, that's a problem. Ziggy's going to be able to Flash of Brilliance, Essence of Ancestry, to totally blank whatever big red thing is coming their way, and then replay the Essence of Ancestry for Ward 2, or on a go-wide turn from Aurora, be able to prevent Block with a 3-block from hand and Flash of Brilliance. Discard, pick up Essence of Ancestry to block 4, prevent the next 4, and then be able to block 3 with the Essence. Ziggy's going to be able to play Channel Lightning Valley, shoot the opponent for 2, draw a card, come back to their turn, pitch, keep the Channel Lightning around, go to the opponent's turn, activate Ziggy, pick up the Channel Lightning Valley, replay it with the Echo counter, or with a Hollow counter, shoot the opponent, draw a card while resetting the flow. On their turn, play Blast to Oblivion, play an instant, pick up the Channel Lightning Valley, replay it, trigger. It has no Hollow counter. There are going to be a lot of Ziggy lines that are just obscene. Ziggy is going to be the problem. I hope they ban Lightning. It's probably the best solution, honestly. But not Aurora, though, because Aurora is cool. So I'm really excited to have Aurora back. She's my favorite hero that I've ever played. She makes playing aggro fun. You get to do all of these fun, complex lines. Getting the hero to 80% is very easy. Getting the hero to 100% is very hard. I think she is going to be more balanced this time around. Her hero power is worse, especially without knowing how we're doing lightning flow in reliable ways aside from this thing. Aurora's hero power is worse. Not being elemental means that she's losing Entwine Lightning, which is huge. Flicker Wisp, which was her way to beat her really bad matchups, which means that now she has really bad matchups. I don't see, without knowing the rest of the card pool, I don't see how Aurora is beating Jarl. I don't see how Aurora would have beaten Enigma without Flicker Wisp. So anything that blocks well is going to beat most Auroras, and there are going to be ways around it. We need to see the rest of the card pool. Aurora players need time to cook, but we will... It's something we'll need to worry about that we really didn't need to worry about before. And yeah, I think there are going to end up being some bans in the format because Ziggy's kind of fucked up. But yeah, so that's Aurora. I could just keep talking about this hero, but I think that's everything that I wanted to say. Existing card pool is good. Just throw another Scarfer's card in here, and we have a 60-card deck. We're missing a weapon, and then throw in, I don't know, 3 more or something to try and beat fatigue, change some of the equipment. And you have a very playable redline deck, and then you start adding the new cards, and we get to do cool, interesting things. She's going to be fun. There are going to be ways to build her. I'm sure there will be a redline build. There will be a 9 to 12 blue list. Nimby is going to fix a lot of your cost curve. And now, let's go play some Talishar. Because I don't think you all want to hear me just like kill time talking about Aurora anymore. So now just play some Kayo games. I'm going to try and future CC on Talishar. I need her to have a weapon first. I will be playing Aurora in future CC. I'm not going to wait until June or May or whatever to try her out. Thank you all for showing up to watch the Aurora talk. I hope you stick around to watch Kayo games. If you don't, I'll be back tomorrow with more Kayo games, so I probably won't see you then either. If you're heading out, good luck at your pro quests. I'll see you on Monday for Fi gameplay. If you are going to stick around, hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. We're going to play some Kayo, and I'll talk to you more about Aurora. One stream that you talk 2 hours about Bun, that's the dream. I don't know how long it'll be before Kayo goes. I would be shocked if Kayo is still legal on Monday. So am I going to try Aurora in future CC? I will. After ProQuest ends, I really want to go hard on Aurora on the stream. I have some PT testing to do to help my teammates out going to Yokohama, but for the stream, I really want to get into Aurora. I want to be ahead of the curve on that hero when she comes out. I need her to have a weapon. I can deal with not having the lightning flow tech yet. I think it'll be a good way to test Redline Aurora and see how far I can push the deck without having so much easy access to go again. But I need her to have a weapon because when old Aurora was spoiled, I think I and a lot of other players slept on Starfall as like 1 for 2 go again. We all don't need go again because we have so many instants, and we have Rabble, and we have Entwine, and Lightning Surge from Arsenal, and we like Fry. We don't need the go again from Starfall. So I know I was testing Reaping Blade, and the difference between Starfall and Reaping Blade was so incredibly enormous. Like how clunky your turns were with Reaping Blade compared to Starfall. Because Starfall, so often you do like Rabble, Electrostatic Discharge, Pitch, Static Shock to Starfall into Static Shock or something. And you would do, what is that? 4, 6, 10, 13. You do your 4-card 13 with an on-hit 4-card 14. That was not possible with Reaping Blade. With Reaping Blade, that same turn is 4, 3, maybe 5. Arsenal the Static Shock, block with the Static Shock, do something with the Static Shock, and then you're arsenaling the Static Shock that doesn't have go again, and then you draw another hand that doesn't have go again. Reaping Blade was very clunky. Starfall really tied that deck together. Starfall gave you a way to pitch reds, lightning reds, to keep your channel lightnings around. It gave you a Tunic outlet on your burn-up turns or channel lightning turns. Starfall really tied that deck together in a way that makes me think that her new weapon is going to tie her deck together. I would test Aurora with reds without knowing how I'm doing Lightning Flow, without the blues to trigger her, activate her ability. I will not test her without a weapon. Really need to go heads down and start testing for Yokohama. I wish I knew for sure if Verdance would be legal. Am I in a queue? No, I'm not, because I set it to private. Lamau. Competitive, Kayo. Cool. Thank you all for hanging out and watching me just stare at my screen. I know Verdance is a hero that I don't like Crown. I don't think that's the right call. The rest of this list is solid. I do like Fleshbag for Marionette, making them have to care about sequencing the reactions. I know Verdance is a big question mark for people going to Yokohama. Like, okay, because she's been such a polarizing force in the meta, and she forces so many decks to build differently than they want to, that, yeah, I absolutely respect not knowing, like, not being able to plan for Yokohama based on not knowing if she's legal. Am I in a queue? That's me, Steven. I should have known, because it was Classic Construct and I had to change it to Comp CC, that I had been testing, which meant that I was going to be in a private mode. Well, I get to just do this, I guess. Arsenal my non... Okay. Fang, got yourself a deal. Which means that I need to start blocking with armor. I'll give this Savage Sash here in case this is like, I don't know, something. I'm not expecting the Sash to stop a block, but I also wasn't expecting Beaten Trackers to stop a block. Stop a mark. Thankfully, my Fang's turn sucked, so I kind of would have preferred them to have a better turn so I could get my Tracker's block value. But, you know, we'll take it. I guess this is fine. I cannot sequence this turn where I don't risk discarding the Blood Rush to the Bear Fangs, so we're just going to play the Blood Rush. I don't need to break Trackers. We'll see if I need to break Sash. I don't want to do this. This is not the good way to play Blood Rush. So, I mean, I could Show of Strength, Gauntlet, Mandible Claw, IP a Blood Rush. That's not good. I could Show of Strength. Let me give him the thinking. I could Show of Strength, pitch to Mandible Claw, Gauntlet, Bear Fangs. The problem with doing that is it's an aggro race. If I pitch this Blood Rush, I'm not going to see it again, which means that we're playing it and just kind of hoping it works out. Where were you two? All right. Now we're breaking Sash. We're playing the Bear Fangs. That wasn't ideal, but it kind of works. So we get to go Bear Fangs into Mandible Claw into Gauntlet, Show of Strength. Ideally, we would have discarded one of these Beast Withins instead of discarding a Show of Strength, but hey, we drew a Show of Strength, so I guess we're still okay. This double Blood Rush was very good. They both converted for 6, which is what we want from our Blood Rushes. Fang. I guess I am going to close the chain. Because Fang has armor, they do have ways to punish me for like attacking with Claw, breaking chain, Gauntlet, Show of Strength. I'm surprised they didn't block with more armor on the Bear Fangs. But yeah, so now we're rewarded for having Gauntleted first. Because Fang won't get to put bracers. I doubt they would block with Grains, but they're not getting to put bracers in front of the Show of Strength. So we're up. Let's see what I would have drawn with a Beast Within, because that would have been pretty cool. I slept in or you win and son. This is the first game I'm playing today, Nick. You missed my hour-long diatribe about a very incomplete hero that I was theory crafting for, but like, why? I would have drawn an Erase Face. That would have been kind of cool. I feel like I'm probably not stopping this from hitting me. And this hand is like very aggressively medium. I'm gonna say no blocks. My intention is to, what is this? This is the bad one, right? Yeah, that is the bad one. My intention is to block with this Energetic Impact for 3. Then Erase Face for 7. And Arsenal to swing big. Fang is not casual 32 damage KO. You know me, baby. I will block this because I'm not confident that Fang's last dagger is going to be something that I can cover with like 3. I'm also not confident that this is going to attack for more than 1. I mean, they might have the reaction. But there was also a very good chance that Fang just attacks for 1 and like pitches some bad red into Grain. So Fang only has the 1 fealty, which is great. It means that they can't really do anything about this Erase Face. Like they can't take the Erase Face damage and then cheat it with fealty. I'm also only marked. They have the 1. I'm happy that I am marked with them on 1 fealty instead of them on 2 and be not marked. Because this means that I get to throw a bunch of armor at whatever their next thing is to try to stop the hit and keep them on fewer than 3 fealties for another turn. Are you just gonna... Okay. Oh no, now I'm marked. So we get 2 cards, which is fine. I was expecting to get 2 cards anyway. I thought it would be 2-3 blocks of Dynamo. So this is fine. They've wasted their Dynamo for this turn. I'm still in the same position where I get to just put a bunch of armor into the first thing that they do. And this hand is a hand of cards. All right. Oh, it has a Bear Fangs in it. Never mind, this is a Tracker's turn. So if this is a Tracker's turn, you do float a resource. So I can block like block for 4. take a card away from them, hope that that was a reaction. I'm going to put trackers in front of this dagger that they paid for with Vigor. They're going to react over the top. Oh my god, we're so up. I was already so up because I had a 32 damage Blood Rush on turn 1, but now I'm really far ahead. Because they IP'd a card and didn't hit me. Holy shit. Oh, right, because I didn't hit them. Lol. Sure. We're going to Bear Fangs here. The double blue is a little unfortunate, but it's fine. We break trackers. I guess I'm going to Arsenal this Bear Hug, which I'm not, like, super thrilled about. Thank you, Rose. I am a god gamer. I get to Mandible Claw. This is not presenting lethal, but it's coming really close. We get armor from our opponent, and then I get to send the Swing Big, which has the potential to take them to 3. Arsenaling the Bear Hug isn't super exciting, but it is a 2 cost with no downside. I mean, this is the best blue for me to Arsenal. That's not true, it would be a Buck Wild, but I pitched a Buck Wild. You can go Gauntlet Claw Show. I can, but I'd have to pitch this Bear Hug. The Bear Hug, I think, is going to be better in my arsenal. It being a 2 cost means that there are... Every play that I could do with, like, a Swing Big, I can do with a Bear Hug. It's just worse, which is fine. If this was any other blue that isn't Buck Wild, I would have pitched it to Gauntlet. But instead, I don't need to do that. So, like, what I can do here... What do I actually want to do here? Did you... Okay, you savored me. So I am going to block with Smash Up. I could also just take this damage. I can pitch Beast within Mandible Claw for 4, discard Fearless Confrontation, Strongest... Why am I blocking? I don't care about this. So, like, if I really wanted to block this turn, what I could do is block with Strongest Survive, pitch to Mandible Claw, discard Fearless Confrontation to give it go again, close chain, Gauntlets, Bear Hug. I obviously don't care about this because I'm wildly far ahead in this game, and I don't care about what my opponent is doing anymore. So I get to do the higher value line of Mandible Claw, discard Fearless, Strongest Survive. All of which my opponent has to care about, but assuming that wasn't the case, this Bear Hug would come in very clutch. Yeah, you play the yellows over Senpacking and Reinhardt. Absolutely, 100%. I totally get it. There's the sink below, that's fine. You did sink a card, I don't think I need to know that. I'm assuming that I'm getting 2 3 blocks and a Dynamo out of my opponent here. To stop the Strongest Survive, but if they don't have the 3 blocks, I could be getting more cards from them. They could give me... Are you waiting for me? They could give me 2 blocks. That doesn't work. If their hand is full of 2 blocks, then they have to just give me their hand. But if they have like 2 block, 3 block, they could give me Grain and Dynamo. Maybe our opponent just rage quit. Maybe they tilted so hard that I had the Fearless Confrontation. Because this interaction, I feel like takes people by surprise, because this is new from us. New-ish. Thank you, Noah Bagelman, for being the one to teach me about it, and then for Flor and Kristen Logan to really drive the point home. A Fearless Confrontation is very good in Kayo. It's a 3-block Mighty Wind-Up. What is happening? Is my opponent lagging? Am I lagging? Is Talishar lagging? Is something happening? Opponent has the 3 blocks? They do. We'll see if our opponent can actually... They have the Vigor to pay for a dagger. Let's see if they can finally get their 3rd fealty. Let's see if I can draw a hand that, like, converts. You just take 4. Claw, Fearless, Swing Big. Claw, Fearless, Gauntlet, Swing Big. Opponent keeps the fealty, but burns the Vigor. And does not make more fealty, so feeling okay. This hand is like aggressively medium. I'm just looking for go again here. You have another D-React. Wow. And here I thought my playlines were boring. I mean, my God. It's funny that I've just been talking about how cool Aurora is because she can play all the D-Reacts because they're 4 value without using my action point, and then if Fang does it, I'm like, boring. Snore. What was really impactful about last turn is that our opponent didn't reset their Dynamo, which is very nice. Always good when the warrior can't get value out of their boots. We finally start to get value out of our gauntlets. We're still burning a resource, but what can we do? The fact that we were able to send a 4-card 13 at all is very nice. Den of the Spider. This is a lot of D-Reacts. Is this how many D-Reacts Fang decks are playing? Like, is this their thing now? Hey, we found go again. Our opponent found Saver. There you go. This is 5. I could stop this if I wanted to. What I'm allowing by not stopping this is me going to 7, our opponent getting an Arsenal. They did play a Draconic card this turn, so... If I stop this, I'm blocking like this. Probably sending Bear Hug for 6 and Arsenaling Wild Ride. Oh, I can't play the Bear Hug. Okay. I could block like this. Stop the on-hit, stop the draw. Just send 9. I actually like that quite a bit. Still sitting on this Bear Hug that I can't play for now, but I also didn't love that hand for trying to end the game. This is going to take 3 cards from our opponent, and then we can still just wait to find, like, the go again. We have a Blood Rush in our deck. We have multiple Wild Rides. We have multiple Buck Wilds. The Fang decks that are doing well don't play this many D-Reacts. I mean, that really doesn't surprise me. I suspect we're about to see another one. The Josh All list I built ages ago runs something like 12. I don't know if you're meant to play them all against Kayo. It's working out for this Fang because I'm not drawing... I don't want to say I'm not drawing well, but I have the advantage, so I am allowing the Fang to continue converting their hand. But yeah, it's definitely like, well, you're doing a very good job at living, but I feel like living is not how you're going to win this game. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, for all I know, I'm about to play this Wild Ride and discard a Blood Rush. There's a world where I was supposed to just send the Reckless Stampede. I am prophetic. I knew. Somehow I knew. I think I'm still in a good position, but that was definitely not ideal. Just saying, there's a world where I send this Reckless Stampede. Though with the Blood Rush on top, it would not have gotten there. Okay, we found a blue. All right. Surely I'm still fine. I might actually die now. Like, I might actually get got by Hunt's End. Like, actually dead at this point. I think that just lost me the game. I have to block like this and just hope. That isn't true. No, I can block. So if it's Hunt's End, I'm dead, no matter what. Right? Because Hunt's End is +4, which is really +5, so this is 6. I could block like this, and I'm not dead to Hunt's End. And then I just send the Reckless Stampede. Yeah, we're going to do this. Okay, this keeps me alive through Hunt's End. Shouldn't I just send Claw last turn to get a card out of their hand? No, I was trying to win the game. Alright, Reckless Stampede should do it. So our opponent does have to block with 2 cards here. Minimum to stay alive. Which should be enough to win 2 clashes. What's that Wild Ride last turn? Like, I was fine. Alright. We got an 8 on top. That's going to stay on top of the deck. Yeah, if the Wild Ride doesn't discard a Blood Rush, I win the game. This is going to win me the game. Like, our opponent is dead now, unless they have damage prevention. They're playing, like, Slap Happy. But with Long Whisker Loyalty. Which they only have the 1 chain link, so yeah, it's not enough. Alright, Jesus Christ. I knew. Aurora content is back. The only reason I started watching this channel, Lumore, I hope you were here for the Aurora content. We did an hour of Aurora talk, and now I'm playing Kayo because I couldn't talk about Aurora anymore. But yeah, as we start to get more spoilers, I will definitely be talking more about Aurora. I was really like identifying, we need to see more ways to make lightning flow. I am looking for... Right, what am I looking for Aurora? Definitely a weapon. Hopefully something like Starfall. It was Chainlink 2? Oh, it was Chainlink 2. Right, but I was at 6, so it isn't enough to kill me. Oh, this hand is not good. Which means that I am going to aggressively block my Marionette. Think it still had go again? No. Sadly, no. If our Arakni is going to pitch a bunch, I'm okay to block a bunch. I get 2 Vigor out of the deal. Beast Within? Yes, I would like to sink Beast Within. That card does not have go again and doesn't say Blood Rush Bellow on it. So I guess I'm on free Mandible Claw, discard Agile Windup, Bear Fangs? Like, I could break Tractors here. I don't think that's good, though. I think I'm just sending damage and, like, setting up. And we pitch probably Run Roughshod. I mean, there's definitely a world where this is not an exciting... It's already not an exciting turn. There's definitely a world where this Bear Fangs, like, discards the Bear Hug and draws a worse blue. Beast Within is also not a good card. I am going to Arsenal it. Wow, Mascot, I'm so surprised that my Arakni opponent blocked with Traverse the Universe. What a surprise. Wow, this is such a cool and exciting playline from our opponent. This hero's so fucking stupid. Can we ban, like, some of this, please? You know, talk about Aurora. Jesus Christ. What am I doing? Block 10. Do I just block 16 here? I would like to sink Vigorous Smash Up. Honestly, that's fine. So they could have flicked me there, which would have drawn them the 2 cards. I still think that was the right play. Stepped away for 1 minute and come back to Dagger for 16. Oh wow, they drew another Savor Bloodshed. That's so cool. Well, this one I'm taking. Yeah, this is fine. Like, it's not ideal, but it's fine. Hey, they did have the T-Tox. Alright. You hit, you draw, you clear the mark. These are all things that I would expect you to do. Some of this is banned, and they're all gone now. Surely LSS does something. Yeah, it's kind of okay. Honestly, that's fine. I don't want this beast within in my arsenal. It also clears my mark. Oh, I did want that Blood Rush, though. Here, I am just going to Strongest Survive set up. I think it is a low value line for me to go for the Savage Feast, Mandible Claw line. Nice D-React. Oh, Savor is absolutely a problem. Like, Savor is for sure busted. The card should not exist. It also blocks 3 for some reason. You do not have a CNC, so this is just... But you have the Codex. Is this also Codex? I mean, if that's also... I'm not blocking the Clave. This is a pretty good hand. We have a bunch of Go Again. You got it. We have a bunch of Go Again. We have Agility for more Go Again. Hey, it was Codex. Wow, our opponent is really doing the thing, and my hand doesn't block for shit. T-Tox and Savor blocking 3 always confuses me. Well, so Brandon, the thing is they're assassin cards. You are forgetting that it is Brian Gottlieb's favorite class, so they have to be good. If they weren't good, then, like, what are we doing? Oh, our opponent did not Arsenal from the Ponder. What does our opponent not arsenaling mean? To me, it would imply Gem, so they could be on Schism? Schism is the only thing that to me says I don't arsenal a card. They would arsenal a D-React. Surely they arsenal Shred. Like, I do block things. Kayo does block things. I could see not arsenaling Shred against, like, a Syndra. But Kayo arsenals cards. So that doesn't make sense. Pain in the backside gets blocked by a Vigorous Smash Up. Smashing Ground on top, I do want to sink that. Maybe it was a Shred. But, like, you would arsenal a Shred. Mark of the Black Widow we probably just get hit by. That isn't true. We block with the Bear Hug, and if they have the reaction, then I'll banish High Pitch Howl and just Mandible Claw. Red back here is probably pretty okay for them. Just as Runeblade cards have to be good because it's James White's favorite class. Is his favorite class Runeblade? I thought his favorite class was Illusionist. Won't get up on my soapbox, but if you're in the northern Nevada Discord, crash out about Gottlieb's design influence. So they found Blue Shred. Like, surely you are... I disagree with them not arsenaling Blue Shred. Like, I guess I can see... Oh, this hand is... Actually, no. This hand functions. So this hand says I go... Mandible Claw, discard Fearless, swing big. I don't need to block the Calycera. I know you're holding a Persuasive Prognosis, which I guess is... You're gonna Prognosis red back something. So I'm not blocking. I don't really want to block 4 here and they get blown out. Yes? Oh, okay, sure. You were doing the thing that I thought you were going to do. You discard a red. Cool, my turn still works. Gaining 2 life is annoying. The thing is, I've worked in games and tend to push back a little when people say, oh, clearly this is broken because company prefers Thing. And it's getting damn hard for me to defend Runeblades. I still say Assassin is like the most fucked up thing right now. Like, Marionette is not an okay hero. It's weird that they don't convert very well. But, like, it's hard to look at Savor Bloodshed and say, yeah, that's a reasonable thing for a class to do. Oh, it's Snatch that blocks 3. Sure. Why not? We're still in this game. At some point, we will need a Blood Rush Bellow. Kiss of Death for 6. What I suspect our opponent is going to do is break Black Tech. With them not breaking Black Tech, kind of wonder if there's even a reason. So I take 6, I go to 7. I get to Arsenal and No Fear. Kind of okay with that. My turn is just going to be Show of Strength. I don't want to give my opponent the Quicken from Swing Big. I think they are less likely to be able to stop the Show of Strength. Saber was only a warrior card, it would be +2, but because it's Assassin, it also gets to be +4. I tend to give a big amount of leeway, but when you compare the state of warriors and brutes throughout the game's lifespan to the most successful classes, I think that's a reasonable take. Jesus Christ. Our opponent is also... Why do our opponents keep finding all their D-reacts? This hand sucks. It converts. We get to convert this off Sash. So I get to Buck Wild into Swing Big off of the Sash, but really needed a blue, or like, where are my other Blood Rushes? My goodness. So now we have an option. If they're just gonna leave no witnesses, I could block 5, send the Swing Big, sit on the No Fear. Depends on if our opponent is holding a Shred or not, because we've already seen one from them. And if I do get shredded, then my turn is worse. Kind of want to... I want to put them on not having a Shred, but I feel like if their turn just didn't work, they would have blocked more. We also get Flick Knived here. I'm actually going to ask to undo. I would like to block here. The thing with the no fear is we also have to care about the flick knives. Or our opponent just does nothing, and yeah, we do get to send it to card 8. So our opponent didn't have Shred. I think we could pretty safely put our opponent on not having Shred. I'm confused as to why they didn't block more. I guess they thought I wasn't going to block. But yeah, we need to make them play cards, because I can't no fear. They flick knives me to eat through the no fear, and then can black tech. We are in interesting spot. I think I block with the Smash Up because I get to Wild Ride Claw or Wild Ride High Pitched if I win this clash. Strongest Survive on top is going to... I do want to sink that. Oof. Oh, we have a Vigor. Okay, this is not as bad as it could be. Forget Fab join me in STS too. You can't discard Blood Rushes there. At some point, I'll get into STS. Austin, I need to qualify for Vegas. Shelter from hand. Is why not? You truly are Aurora. Where are my Blood Rushes? They've got to be in the deck, right? I'm not blocking this. Oh, that's where I banished 5. All right, we're dead. Lol. This was not a winnable game. They had a Frailty Trap. Yeah, this was not a good game, but I don't like being salty to my opponents. Yeah, our opponent saw 3 Savor Bloodshed in the first 3 turns of the game. I don't see how we can win that one, and we just didn't see Blood Rushes ever. We saw a Blood Rush that got banished, and then no other Blood Rushes. And when our opponents are drawing their power cards, we kind of need to draw ours. Okay, this is good. I do want to play against the Vynnset, because I want to see how winnable this is without Spell Void, or Arcane Barrier. I'm currently on AB 0, and I'm trying to decide if I can get away with that, or if I need the AB 1. I almost let the demons win, Garth. I've done it before. But I hate being a little salty boy, so. Yeah, Taylor, I'm kind of not into No Fear. Not into Assassin. I feel like it's necessary into Verdance. Am I playing it here? Because I would like to not be. I guess it's fine from Arsenal. As much as I don't love letting the Runeblade filter on turn 0. Yeah, because they get to do that. I do want to make my Vigor. So far I've gone Blood Rush into Blood Rush for 30 and had a game without Blood Rushes. This is peak brute gaming. Well, I have you know that I can't roll a 1 on Scabs because I don't have it. Shadow Puppetry Dirge seems pretty good. These are all reasonable things for a Vynnset to be doing. Into 6 says, I have a Vigor. I will have 2 Vigors, so I can do that. With 2 vigors and agility, I get to do Show of Strength into Wild Ride, or I get to do free Wild Ride into Show of Strength. Oh, sideboard? Nope. I like how Vynsets think that I've never seen this hero before. Like, what? Your hero does arcane damage? How could such a thing be true? What if I did this block instead? Just in case. Do I want to sync Agile Windup? No, because I want the possibility to draw it. You're gonna flail me. I guess I'll take the flail damage. I don't love it, but... We get to Wild Ride, we discard the blue. I'm not going to break my trackers. You've been forced. In the first of Casey motherfucking case. Forged, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it... Wesley gave a very good showing for AB1, right? Currently, I'm trying to decide, do I want AB2 for Verdance or AB1 for Vynnset? And I can't decide. Like, the Reno crew isn't going to be at Milpitas this weekend, so I don't have to worry about Casey, but I do need to worry about my fuck-ass locals who are like, oh, Vynnset. I am called. Consider me called. Malefic, do you have the go again? You do not have the go again. Alright, so we got 6 coming in. Definitely Smash Up. Probably also Beast Within. I don't know what this card is. So I'll just block like this. And then send Buckwild for 7. I do... Oh, you have a Cull. Well, I do want to sync Agile Windup. I'm doing God's Worth and bringing 3 Scours this weekend. Scour kind of good. All right. I am remembering that my opponent has a Cull. They're now showing me that they have a Cull. That's pretty Cull. Opponent just setting up. Opponent just setting up says that I am probably not supposed to Blood Rush here. I think I'm supposed to wait. And my turn is just like swing big. I guess that does potentially give them the Quicken, which I don't want them to have, so we are going to Blood Rush here. We'll send a little damage, you know, as one does. Make some might. Do the demons win? So I Blood Rush again. I float a resource. I don't think... No, we do Blood Rush here, because if I get culled, then I have something to do. That's interesting. Definitely could have been a better draw. Sure. And then we just pass. And I'm sad about it. Well, that wasn't good. To be fair, that kind of wouldn't have been good regardless. I'm doing a little test of no fear here. We'll see how that goes. The combat chain closes. Each hero has lost life. Banish a card from their graveyard. Okay. So I do have a No Fear in the best place for it to be, which is in my arsenal. You are definitely wailing me. This does not have Go Again. You are culling me. If you're culling me, I am going to... I did get rid of face, so that is good. I'm up on life, too. So, do I want to allow the opponent to undo this turn? Sure. Ah, you break your thing. Into Sonata for X equals 2. Or you just do the same thing, and now you get to do this bullshit. But you haven't taken damage this turn. Now you've taken damage. Okay, so you're going to call me a second time. That's a fair and balanced thing to do. I'm going to, because I'm going to No Fear this. So I banish the strongest survive. I will prevent 5 of this. I will take 1. Our opponent can rebanish their call and then not play it. They can take 2 blood debt. My turn will just be... That's interesting. Reckless Stampede has the potential to do more damage. No, my Beast Within. Reckless Stampede has the potential to do more damage and fix the top of my deck. And then I just get called. I think that's fine. I will also make my opponent do it. Where if they don't call me, I just Arsenal this Wild Ride. Sick. Just Arsenal a Wild Ride, and now I'm kind of resilient to call, but not really. Oh, that's spoopy. I don't care much for that Vynnset. This hand is kind of okay. This hand can maybe get us there. Like, I am resilient to call. You just make a shit ton of rune chants. You are going to call me or not. This is attacking for 4. So now we're in a spot where I can just get called. So I No Fear, opponent responds with call. I have to banish a card and then the No Fear resolves. So I'm banishing a blue. And then my turn is just swing big. Opponent currently taking 2 blood debt. I suspect we're going to get a Funeral Moon out of this. And I'll need to block this flail. Which means maybe I put gauntlets in front. I could put gauntlets in front here to just mitigate some damage. No, I'm not going to put gauntlets in front. We're going to take 4. The Funeral Moon. Alright, well now we're in a weird spot where they didn't do anything that forced me to play this No Fear, and now it's kind of a liability with the Wild Ride. I could break Sash, play a Wild Ride, pitch the No Fear, Actually like that quite a bit. Oh, where were you? I do not need to break trackers. Do I have the balls to wild ride with no fears discard fodder? No, I don't. I do have the balls to not need to engage with it, though. Wow, our opponent took damage. That's cool. Go ahead and Mandible Claw. Like, expecting our opponent to do something with the call. It's interesting because if I... Oh, I'm just going to swing bait. I'm, like, thinking about how I can outplay my opponent's call. Where I, like, close chain and gauntlets, and then they respond, and then I get got. And I'm like, wait, I just have Crown of Providence. I'm fine. Are you going to call me? That'd be pretty cool. Please call me. I don't want this beast within in my arsenal. I can't watch Kayo gameplay without hearing Nathan from Savage Lands calling it Rhinar with training wheels. Thank you. Just be a dick to our opponent for no reason. Lamau. Wee. Oh, I see. Our opponent's going to kill us with Rune Chants. Let's see if I let them. Are you a gamer? Are you a gamer, my opponent? They could definitely win this clash, right? We're going to bottom a Fearless Confrontation. I would like to deal some damage. I'm going to bottom... They are a gamer, because I keep not being a gamer. I will take one. I will leave that on top. I could be dead here. Opponent will have 12 Rune Chants. Oh, I'm dead. Am I dead? Yeah. GG. Alright, so we lost from not blocking with armor. We also lost from having a terrible double blood rush. No. Alright, y'all, I have to get out of here. That was interesting. Probably better to bottom their card first. What does that mean? I can't bottom their card. Taylor, do you know how Reckless Stampede works? I don't get to bottom theirs. I can only bottom mine. Yeah, no, it was a good play from the Vynnset. Like, she took advantage of me being on AB0. I don't think that the AB0 necessarily hurt me. What hurt me was my turn sucked. The double blood rush was terrible because of the no fear. I didn't block with my armor, which I really needed to do. Because I was expecting her to do something ahead of the Deathly Whale. But yeah, I guess I did just need to put armor in front of it. And hope it... And like have the no fear to outplay the cull and just save my hand even if I'm not getting value from it. It was very strange. I don't know if that game convinced me that I needed AB1. I mean, I didn't break my beaten trackers, so if I was playing AB1, it would have been my beaten trackers. And that would have been better. So yeah, maybe I do need AB1. But I do have to go. Thank you all for hanging out today. Glad that Aurora's back. Glad that we're getting some of these bad KO games out of our system before I bring the deck on Saturday. I will be back tomorrow for more bad KO games to get them out of my system before I win my PQ on Saturday. Thank you all for hanging out. Have a great rest of your day. I will see all of you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I think the line there was to block forward with Crown plus Gauntlets with the No Fear in hand, sink the No Fear, and then if she calls, banish the new card and have blue swing big wild ride. Colin, thank you. That was a good play. Yeah, sinking my No Fear would have been ideal. And then, yeah, still have the sick line for when she calls. No, you're right. That was the winning line. All right, so maybe AB0 is still fine. Colin, how did Wesley feel, if you don't mind sharing? Well, I still have you all here. How did Wesley feel after the Vynnset game? After June's game? Did he feel like AB1 was necessary? I mean, he obviously brought it, so I'm assuming that you all thought AB1 was the right play for KO. But did he feel like he needed beaten trackers, or was he good with just like having an out to fatigue Vyn? As I feel like AB0 was fine there, but AB1 would have just given me more options because I never trackered. Yeah, then I don't have to worry about the call anymore. Think Wesley felt pretty good? All right, I'll take it. I think we're doing AB1 then. All right, so I'll be back tomorrow with more KO, and we'll have AB1 for all the Vynsets I run into. You watch out. All right, later everyone. 8 a.m. Pacific Standard tomorrow. More KO. Have a great Thursday. Bye.